The homie's back, y'all. Check it out. Aries Spears is here.
Yo, what's happening?
What's going on, man?
You, brother.
Happy New Year, Merry New Year. I know you said you really don't, you're Scrooge around this time you were saying earlier. Is that true?
Yeah, man, because I understand the holidays for what it is.
What, for that money, for that bread?
Not even that. I mean, that too. But, Christmas is for the kids. Thanksgiving, Halloween is for the kids. The only thing that's kind of for us, and that's only because I'm trying to get my eating under control, is Thanksgiving.
That's it.
So other than that, everything else is for the kids. I don't need no false celebration. You know what I mean?
False celebration.
You know what I mean? And I make sure my kids know that Santa is not white. He's a black man that lives in the same house as you. White man get enough credit for everything they do. Yeah. I'm not letting this white man steal credit from my own calling it Christmas. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying to you? That white man gets all the credit.
The credit.
Homie don't need no more credit. Homie needs no more credit. A Negro did this, bought them damn gifts.
No, you didn't switch it up on us.
I'm telling you, Paul Mooney is telling you right now. Some white man in a sleigh riding all over the world, giving people gifts. Yeah. No, I did that. Me and your mama did it. And black kids need to know that.
You got the neck movements and everything.
Yeah, man. Hey, what would Paul Mooney say about Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy's return?
Eddie's a genius. I love Eddie Murphy. Yeah. Eddie's a genius. I thought it could have been better. I don't think he was the Eddie that we know Eddie to be, but he was still a genius. I love it. Him, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Kenan Thompson, and Tracy Morgan. All those black men at once. It was beautiful. I love it. It was like saying Africa and America.
Paul, Bill Cosby was a little salty. That monologue.
Don't be raping, homie. You can't be raping.
Don't be raping?
You cannot be raping. You've got to get permission. Quaaludes and pills. Negroes and Quaaludes and pills. Bill Cosby was hanging out with them white folks, and he got caught in the sauce. That's all that was.
Now, we heard about you and Richard Pryor's son.
That boy's ass was tastier than
Popeye's
chicken sandwich.
Oh, my.
And I had the spicy. That boy's ass was tasty.
It was real tasty. Yeah.
It was tasty.
But you should be honest about your situation.
Well, you know what it is. I've always been fruitier than a bowl of fruit. Come on. I am walking diabetes. Come on. Oh, man.
Oh, you a fool.
I'm glad you asked that question. What did you think of Eddie on SNL? Now, stop right there. The fact that you went there.
Wait.
That tells us all we need.
Let me.
Can I answer first?
Go ahead.
Because look, and I will, piggyback off the Paul Mooney impression. We all know Eddie's a genius. Iconic, one of the greatest. I enjoyed seeing him. But I think people got really caught up in the hype of it being Eddie Murphy, the magnitude of that they weren't honest. And I don't want this to come off like I'm taking a dump on Eddie, because Eddie made me want to do what I do.
Right.
I thought it was nostalgic, and I thought because he did those old characters, it brought back memories and made people fall in love with Eddie on it. Remember when But did it knock your socks off? Was it gut busting, tear jerking, funny?
No, but it was a few. The gummy bringing gummy back.
I'll be honest with you, dog. I never got the gummy thing.
Yeah, you never got it.
I'm gummy damn it. I never
understood
understood that joke.
Yeah.
But even everything else, like when you look at In Your Face, brash, raw, uncut cocaine type comedy. Think about Dave Chappelle's sketch, the N-word family. Remember that sketch?
Yeah.
And that knocked your socks off.
Right.
That was like potency.
Yeah.
Did Eddie do anything of that caliber? And this is Eddie Murphy, though.
Now.
This is Eddie Murphy.
Right. So
you expect
how much
that.
are you all allowed to go off on CNL, off the script? I mean, SNL. You all can go off how much? I mean, because I know y'all got writers. Y'all
You
got
doing
writers.
Mad TV?
Yeah.
We had writers, and you're always free to improvise.
Okay.
But you still have to stick to the playbook a little bit.
Yeah.
But you find your moments
where you
can
get
jump
in there
in and
jump in
interject
there.
and make it better.
Yeah.
But even again, Eddie Murphy, I'm sure he had some say. He could have looked at the skit and went, not strong enough.
Right.
I'm Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Y'all got to bring me the thunder.
Yeah.
And I don't think he did that. I think what he did was go, I'm here.
He kept it safe.
Let me keep it safe. I'm here.
It was just PR for all his upcoming projects.
There we go. I think Dave Chappelle would have purposely went, I'm Dave Chappelle. This has got to be Chappelle-esque. Even Dave's joke, and when they all came out, and he goes, "Right now, you're looking at half a Netflix budget."
Yeah.
That to me was one of the funniest things the whole night. That one joke stood out to me more than it was hilarious. Again, I'm just saying, like, don't get me wrong, it was cool. But I grew up in the 80s. I was a kid in the 80s. Eddie, I was a boy watching Eddie on SNL, and he inspired me to want to do what I do. So I was looking, jaw drop, eyes popping. I'm waiting for it to come, and it never came. To me, it was all right.
So do you think he still has it? That's what I always wonder. Does it come to a certain age where things start to, you're just not as funny?
No, I wouldn't say as funny more than I would say as hungry.
Oh, there we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you Eddie Murphy and you're an icon and you rich beyond, your wildest dreams and you don't have any worries or concerns, you don't have that same bite. You know what I mean? And it'd be like, if Mike Tyson came back to the ring, he probably, given the climate of what boxing is, could still be a success. But would it be old Mike? No. And Eddie's mellowed. You could see it. You could see he's, like he said, money don't crack.
Right.
He is chilled, man. Like he's just, he's like jazz music now. He just goes at his own flow, his own.
I as far as the movie Dolomite, I dig that. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, I didn't see Dolomite.
Okay.
And two, I remember when we would do the Mad TV parody sketches on Dolomite, and I would play Dolomite. I would purposely try to sound like Dolomite, that gruff in his voice, and when he would do the karate moves, and go, so as a stickler for detail, all that's important to me. And when I saw from the clips that I saw, I just felt like
didn't do the voice.
This is Eddie doing his rendition of Dolomite without doing Dolomite. And I'm just saying, when I hold Eddie to such a high expectation because he is the Michael Jordan of what we do. And it just wasn't there for me. You know what I mean? I can already feel people. Oh, he hating. Not at all. When I say I'm an Eddie Murphy.
Well, when Martin came back on tour, a lot of people didn't feel like it was the old Martin that we knew, the jokes that we got then.
Yeah, here's what people don't understand. It is very difficult to maintain that level year after year after year.
Yeah.
Every time you come with something that's just a banger, every time you come with the hardest whatever it is you can come with, to maintain that level, it's difficult, man. Eventually the drinks get watered down, man.
Yeah.
It's just difficult.
You ever had a couple of those moments?
Yeah, I'm having some of them now.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm trying to gear up for another special, and it's like, out of an hour's worth of material, probably 20, 25 is banger, and the rest is funny, but it ain't banger. You know what I mean? And I always like to go, if I'm a rapper, I want to be Nas, I want to be Jay, I want to have lyrics, I want my tracks to be fire from track 1 to track 20.
Yeah.
Maybe with one or two, everything, you might have one or two that's but for the most part, I want 90% of it I want to kill.
Yeah. With today's climate, man, with everybody got this opinion and saying something on Twitter, how do you handle that?
I'm not,
because your ass don't ever really hold back. You
that's
like,
probably why
whatever.
Man, I don't think anybody in Hollywood is checking for me like that. I can tell you that. And it's probably because I am so opinionated, so non-filterish, that I am where I am. But I'm willing to walk this road. It's a lonely road. It's a longer road, but I'm willing to walk this road because, I really do believe in it. It really does. It's what gets me up in the morning, and it's not for me. It's not about shock value or putting on a show just to be putting on a show. I really believe these things that I say. When I saw the commercial about the Think underwear, the period panties for women that they had men wearing in the commercial with a tampon string on, and I went on that rant. I really believe in these things, so I'm not just doing it just to get a reaction. This is how I feel, and in this moist climate of sensitivity.
Oh, that's one of the words right there. We're going to get Aries. He said moist.
I can't be that. And if I try and be that, I feel out of place.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I just, And because of who I am, I may not never get there the way I want to.
That's real right there. What you said. Like,
Yeah.
you think there's certain people, like, you know what, you too real to get to a certain level.
Yeah, it's almost like, once upon a time ago when I first started this, when I was 14, everybody used to tell you have a backup plan. You gotta have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And from Will Smith to Keenan Ivory Wayans, and even before they said it, I always believed the backup plan ain't nothing but a step to failure. Because if you believe you're gonna fail, or if you think you're gonna fail, then why would you have a backup plan? But I'm starting to feel like, not necessarily a backup plan, but I can't put all my financial eggs in Hollywood's basket. I can't sit by and go, I believe I'm going to make it on such a level that I want to make it on, that I don't need to do nothing else. I can just do movies and TV and be rich and take care of my family, and everything is everything. I got to go, man. I got to start looking at real estate. I got to start looking at stocks and bonds and other means to generate revenue, because Hollywood ain't hiring me. Or they're not hiring me.
What moment did you say that? I mean, you told me that last year.
Yeah.
At what point? What was it to make you feel like they wasn't checking?
Here's the irony, right?
Was it one damn joke that you was like, damn,
No,
that was the one?
It could have been a bunch of jokes. It could have been pick an interview. But here's the irony is this. This same time last year, or maybe 2 years ago, but I was in Cleveland. I remember that. I think I was telling you how I was about to host the AVN Porn Awards in Vegas. So they never have a repeat host, but for the first time they decided they wanted a repeat host. So they called me back to ask me to come do it this January. And before you do the show, they have a big Hollywood party in Los Angeles to kind of promote the new hosts of the show that year. And I remember around that time I had auditioned for Kevin Hart's cartoon. I think he had a cartoon coming to Fox. He still may, based on his life. And you know how he did that, all right, say it with your chest. I had auditioned for the part of his father.
Okay.
And word was everybody wanted me. Kev wanted me.
Yeah.
But I think when I went to the party that night, my manager told me, he said, dude, you were literally 1 yard away from being in the end zone. And then the head of Fox said, who? No, not that guy.
Wow.
So whether it was an interview, whether it was a soundbite, whatever it was, there are a lot of people in Hollywood that judge you and condemn you without self-investigation. So because of what they heard or what they think they know or what they assume, you're not the guy. So those are some of the battles that I fight. And then when I go on Vlad TV and I say the thing about how white people have pulled off the greatest Jedi mind trick in history. You've convinced the society and the world that black people, particularly black men, are dangerous. When historically speaking, y'all have been the most dangerous, violent people on the planet. So when you say things like that, guess what? No, not that guy.
Yeah.
So there it is.
You better live your truth, though. I'm not. You got to go to sleep at night with yourself.
Listen, at the end of the day. And there's a part of me, I don't know if I'm gullible, I don't stupid, but there's a part of me that still somewhat believes that I can be the rose in the concrete. Like I'm a find a crack that I can get through. I believe I'm still gonna get there.
Yeah.
I haven't completely given up.
You have to
hope, but just doing things the way I do, it makes things harder.
Yeah.
I've never questioned my talent. I've questioned my career. Talent-wise, and I don't mean to come off vain, but talent-wise, I think I'm just as good. I won't say I'm better than anybody, but I'm just as good as Kevin, just as good as Epps, just as good as Eddie Griffin. It's all subjective.
They come to see you, bro.
Well, yeah,
you wouldn't keep going on tour, going around the country if didn't nobody want to see you.
That's the thing that to me has been my saving grace. It's like, look, I haven't been in a major movie since Jerry Maguire, and that was the end of the 90s. So it's been over 20 years. I haven't been on a TV show continuously since Mad TV. And I can't remember how long that's been, but it's been a while. So the mere fact that I'm still putting people in the seats, that's a testament to whether it's, you've seen an interview and you go, I like him, he's real, he's honest, he speaks to me.
Right.
The boy got talent. Whatever it is that still keeps you coming. I'm at least fortunate enough to have that.
So could you going back to when your management said that the head of Fox said that you couldn't play in Kevin's joint? You couldn't have a conversation with Kevin like, yo, because I know Kevin got his own thing rolling now.
You just told me that on the Netflix thing he's still apologizing. So that answers that question.
He apologized for the Oscars.
That answers that question.
Yeah.
You know,
he won't apologize.
And here's the unfortunate thing. You know, from being on the outside looking in, that question you asked, you would think that's the case. Yeah. You would think if, like, we already know Hollywood is a racial business. It's a political business. And white folks look out for white folks all the time. It's their business. It's their FUBU for us by us. You would think you could pick up the phone, brother, my man, sister. And sometimes we kill each other. We kill each other worse than they kill us.
But it's because we're still under them to an extent. If you're saying that, you know,
to an extent,
they have to. He's still answering to somebody.
Yeah, to an extent. But a lot of that too is fear. You know, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know, no matter how successful Kevin is, and a lot of top black celebrities are, the person who signs them checks is white. So unless you pull a Tyler Perry, and how many Tyler Perrys are there? Unless you pull a Tyler Perry, which he's really in an isolated situation. Most of the black folks in Hollywood, them checks get signed by white folks. So
Tyler figured it out.
And people try to look down on Tyler, though. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We'll act like his productions aren't of the caliber of somebody else's.
Yes.
Like when him and Spike was going, when Spike was taking shots earlier in Tyler's career.
I still think that there's another level past Tyler that we're not in control of yet. And I'll say yet because I think, you know, who knows, one day we can get there. But this, listen, ain't nothing coincidental. This business is a secret society, and it is run by folks. And a lot of them folks, I would say almost pretty much all them folks at the upper echelon, top tier level, ain't us. So I'm not downplaying what Tyler did. We need Tyler.
Yeah.
We could use a lot more Tylers.
Yeah.
But even as high as Tyler is, there's another boss level that we ain't a part of. You know, even when Ice Cube and LL Cool J, they wanted to buy, they wanted to buy some networks, or they wanted to do something where they would have real serious power and control in the cable world. All them old white men that run that killed that.
Kind of like what's his name going through right now? Byron.
Byron. There you go. Another example.
Yeah.
Byron Allen.
He's actually in a lawsuit right now.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and what Byron has done, what he is doing. Yeah. Major. Yeah. I don't want to downplay that at all. Tyler Perry. Major. Yeah. What Ice Cube and LL wanted to do. Major. Yeah. But when I say there's another secret door where we ain't allowed. They're the ones who shut that down.
The Illuminati.
Call it whatever you want.
Listen. Since we talking about it.
But I'm just saying, like believe me when I tell you, they watch us.
You don't have a pit bull or something you want to sacrifice? I mean, you know.
I wish I could sacrifice something. But at what stake? You know, at what cost? Yeah. You know, so I'm just thankful that, you know, look, there are people out there that still recognize me and still show me love.
You're still doing your thing, man.
I'll take it. But yeah, it hurts, man. Yeah. Because you sitting by white. It's almost like you being in school and you watching all your classmates graduate. Yeah. And you know you're just as good and worthy of that cap and gown, but you're not getting it. So you stand left behind, and after a certain point, you start to question. Even if you know it ain't true, you start to question, like, damn, am I not smart enough? Am I not good enough? What am I doing wrong? Is it? Do I lack something? Man,
stay focused,
all of that gets in your head after a while.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. I was watching the interview. The Tommy, you know, I don't know his real name. The guy who plays Tommy on Power was saying how. What's his real name? You're talking about, he said he would 20 years in the industry acting, and before he got the role of Tommy, and he literally said he was trying to figure out what he was doing wrong for 20 years.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, and I hate to make it racial, but it is. For him, if it's 20, that means for somebody black it's 40. It's because like that, just like I on my podcast, we got into this thing about this old Justin Bieber clip that had resurfaced, where he was singing about the N-word, and a lot of black people was like, oh, he was 10 years old, he was a kid, blah blah blah, let it go. And what we were saying was, Usher discovered him, and you know, there's a kid who I follow on Instagram named Kelvin. His ID is Kelvin Sings. This boy is like 11, 10 years old, but he sings with the soul of an old 50-year-old black female slave. I mean, he just got it. And I sit there and I go,
you say an old
50-year-old black female slave.
She been through that.
And I'm sitting here going, look, at what point do you realize, nobody wants to say there's never a such thing as too much money. Mm. But when you usher and you got enough money, you could either A, go help that black kid who is not going to have the same opportunities, or who their road is going to be rougher, and make a lot of money. Yeah. Or you can go get this white boy who acts and sounds like a black boy, which always is a commodity. Mm-hmm. Anytime you get a white person that sounds like one of us, that has more value. So you can go get that boy and make all the money. But when you usher and you got enough money, why you got to do that? Help Kelvin out.
You know what I think
Kelvin ain't got the same opportunity.
You need to be preaching to the people.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Listen, white folks don't need us to find them. Mm-hmm. They gonna get found. It's their business.
Yeah.
Again, if you usher, help Kelvin out, because his road is gonna be a lot tougher than Justin Bieber's. You see what I'm saying?
In the book of Aries Spears.
Just saying.
I know what you need to be doing.
You need to run for something.
Yeah, I'm
run for something.
Come on now.
I don't.
Run for something.
Speak truth to power.
Look, when keeping it real goes wrong. Cut to this clip and put through the freeze.
Right.
Yeah.
So we at the Improv tonight, tomorrow, all weekend.
Right.
All the way to Sunday, right?
Yes.
Okay. So make sure y'all get
2 tonight, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
Aries Spears, always good to see you,
and
bro.
Thank you, brother. And once again, I'm a keep, and this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Black people, we have power in numbers. To all you listeners, will you please, for the love of God, subscribe to my podcast? It is absolutely free. It's called, excuse me, I'm sorry, this was morning.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's called, that was last night's steak. It's called Spears and Steinberg, a.k.a. The Jew and the Jerk. It's available for free. Yeah. iTunes, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, Spearsburg.com. We trying to get our numbers up, trying to get up there, but we can't do it without the subscriptions. So please support it.
In that order, y'all?
Yes.
1,